see this?
Good morning and welcome to Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samuel-Scott.
Oh, wow.
You have to do something too now.
And I'm Kevin Mendes.
It's like you have to be serious. You have to do your face like, I'm Kevin Mendes.
I feel like I'm going to... Folks, it's Friday. We're clearly having a great vibe here in Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. If you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, we're going to have an excellent show. Well, let's see them what can expect on today's episode.
We're going to be talking about poetry, a showcase that's coming up, where you need to be, how you need to be tuned in, all the nitty-gritty of that. But what else do we have a person?
What else do we have? Russ India's going to be visiting today to the set, and he has a new song that he would like to share with you.
So music and so much more exciting conversations.
That is true.
But you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, respectful. Of course.
Of course.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
to everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me, this
You
is
and
what you're
I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot show that has been
The
happening
world
over
that
the
we
weekend.
see
So
may
far.
seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your own, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today.
Guys, we are excited to get into all the juicy couch talk. We have an interview taking place live about what's going on out in Kikakar. But before we get into all the nitty-gritties of it, let's take a look at the weather, courtesy of the Met Service.
Good morning. Radar images showed isolated showers occurring along coastal areas overnight into this morning. The general situation is for mainly fair and warm weather to continue today, but an increase in moisture and instability is expected tomorrow. 24-hour forecast is for sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy at times tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be generally isolated. High temperatures today will be 88 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 94 inland, and 82 up in the hills. Low temperatures tonight will be 82 degrees Fahrenheit along coast, 72 inland, and 68 in the mountains. Winds will be from the east-northeast at 10 to 15 knots. Conditions will be light chop, but is expected to become lighter today. A high tide is currently occurring, and a low tide will occur at 1:40 this afternoon. The sun will set at 6:28 this evening and will rise at 5:29 tomorrow morning. The moon will rise at 2:48 this afternoon and will set at 1:55 in the morning. In the outlook, isolated showers or thunderstorms is likely over the south at first on Saturday morning, increasing to some and spreading over most areas. Activity will then decrease Saturday night. In a tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in the region over the next 48 hours. And this concludes this morning's weather report prepared by the National Meteorological Service. For For additional information, kindly visit our website at nms.gov.bz or download our mobile app, Belize Weather.
How did it go? Okay, let's do it.
Ready? Just before Jellies comes
Okay.
in. Guys,
Folks, that was the weather update and a very slow, Belize City traffic for a Friday morning.
yeah, people are saying that today. They're like, oh, it's a slow
Yeah.
Friday. Maybe everybody up on holiday.
Maybe.
In-
Well,
in
it's still
school?
6:38. I'll give them like around 7 when we will get busy.
When it start
Yeah.
the juice, yeah. All right, I get you.
Yeah, but Renata, it's Friday. How is your vibe today?
My vibe is ready. I'm excited. I'm off good
What
vibes.
are you
I'm
excited
vibing.
about?
I'm just like excited for life. Last night I was having like a good family discussion and learning about embarrassing stories about my husband and everything. So it's just like you're coming off a good vibe of,
Look at that.
family and
it could be 3 years,
happiness.
it could be 6 years, and you still learn something new about somebody.
Yes, and so reminding people, hear the stories from your family about everybody and the loved ones. Learn them. It's always a fun time. It's
That
a
is
good,
true.
good vibe.
And you always end up learning something new from people.
And this is your
Always.
last
For
Friday with us.
Yeah, I'll be-
Until you go to
I'll
Brazil.
be gone next week. Yeah, so next week is my conference in Brazil, which I'm very, very excited about. Oh my gosh, yes.
You're getting
That's why
ready?
I'm channeling my Brazil look
I know,
too.
I see
yeah.
you. Very tropical. You need give that man a peanut colada.
I'll-
Give that man a coconut.
Please do, please do.
I
Whoever
try.
has it, please.
Bring it right now on the show.
Yes.
The coach talk, I see Teresa.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm definitely channeling my Brazil energy.
We're channeling also Kikaka energy because Jal is in straight
Yes.
out at Kikaka fresh
That's
off of the
true.
beach. You're supposed to get peanut colada. You disappointing right now. Come on. now.
Wow. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Jalisa. Thank you so much
How
for
are you
joining
guys
us.
doing?
We're pretty
We're doing
great.
great.
It's a Friday vibe here on Sunup on 7, but definitely we're very interested to have this conversation with you because what took place yesterday in Kikaker was a demand for justice for the murder of Leslie Verde,
Yeah.
which the residents feel like they're not satisfied with the court ruling at the end of the day. So please, let's...
Talk to us what was happening on ground. I know you were doing several interviews and you were actually walking with them and everything. So talk to us about what was the scene like? What do you know if there's going to be anything after this protest? Yeah, give us the deets.
All right, so yesterday evening, we know that the family of Leslie Verde held a protest here in Kikaker. It was well attended. They showed up with posters and T-shirts saying justice for Leslie Verde, of course. So what exactly happened was that Justice Candice Nanton found Juan Carlos Novello not guilty of murdering his common-law wife, which was Leslie Verde. And so the family explained to us that on the day that they were handing down the judgment, they initially told them that it was supposed to happen at 3, and so they came from Kikaker and they went to Belize City. And by the time they arrived at the court, the prosecutor told them that it was announced at 2:30. And so they said that they felt partially disrespected, that the judge did not wait for them
Yeah.
to deliver it. Another part of it is that they did not receive the written judgment. The judge explained that she would give it at a later date, that she would issue it at a later date. And so the family is somewhat frustrated because first they weren't there to sit and hear exactly was the judgment, and secondly they haven't even a written version of it so that they can understand it for themselves. From what I've come to understand is that this is only the beginning of a series of protests from this family because they are firm believers that this is the man that killed their family member, this is the man that killed their loved one. They said that initially it was being said that it was a suicide, but after the doctors reported that no, it was not. She died from asphyxia. And so it was an emotional time, of course. Her 3 children were there, and we got interviews with 2 of them. The son, in particular, spoke with us, the middle child, he's 11 years old, and he told us that, when he has spent many nights crying for his mom, missing his mom, and the daughter explained that she has had to understand that everything that she achieves, she will never have a mom to tell it to.
Wow.
She will never have anyone to, and so it was a very emotional time with the family. And it's one of those situations that it really makes you question things. And of course, on the part of the family, they're saying that outright that the justice system killed them here in Belize. And so that's really everything that is happening surrounding that. But they've explained that they will not stop until they get justice for their loved one, because what this does is that it brings them back to square one, with them wondering, okay, if it's not him, then who is it? The family is left with more questions than answers. And so it's quite interesting to see how this will unfold. I've come to understand that once they receive the written, their prosecutor will go through it and they have intentions to appeal. But based on what I understand, that appealing something like that, it's a long process. It's not as easy as it seems. And so the family is extremely frustrated, and just being out here with them yesterday evening, we got to sense somewhat the frustration that they are going through and what they're enduring. And it was well attended, but as we spoke to the chairlady, Selene, she explained to us that it's expected that it would be well attended, because Kikaka is one of those closely knit communities that when something affects one, it affects all, and everyone is able to come together. And so it was a really nice time. It was sad, but it was a really nice time to really see the family come together, and her children, already growing up now, two of them arriving at their preteen and teenage years. And so it's really a case that leaves you with a lot of questions.
Right. Jalisa, thank you so much for giving us an overview of what took place in Kikaka yesterday. From what we're seeing on the screen is that it was a protest that was well attended, so it's good to see that people are connecting with the support in terms of they feel like they did not receive the proper justice for the life of Leslie Verde. And so what we do know also from the case is that in order for this to be appealed, it has to be the DPP that appeals the case, because the verdict is already kind of final of what was given yesterday. Was there any conversation around that, in terms of a follow-up with the DPP for an appeal?
Or a letter that's going to be sent, anything for them, because I know you said that this would not probably be the last protest that they have, but is it anything in their trajectory to be approaching the DPP to ask for an appeal? Do you know if...
I have come to understand that they will be taking all the steps necessary going forward. So I am under the assumption that that is a part of it as well. But a big part of their frustration is that when the judgment was handed down, they didn't receive a written.
Right.
And I think they have a right to be frustrated by that. Because if you weren't there present, and then afterwards you cannot get a written judgment, it's probably been about 3-4 days now and they still haven't received the written.
Yeah, so definitely their concerns are duly noted, and we're going to follow up on the story to see how that takes place. Jalisa, we thank you so much for joining us this morning to give us an overview of what took place in Kikaka yesterday as regards to the demand for justice for Leslie Verde after the court acquits her husband. Ren, let's move on with our couch talk topic. Jalisa, have a great morning, and all the best today. Thank you so much. All right, so Ren, let's move on with our couch talk. And the next topic that we're going to talk about is that Stoney Ferguson, the son of Minister Ferguson, Radwell Ferguson, was formally arrested and charged yesterday. So he was wanted for assaulting an officer, resisting arrest, and damaging police property. And this all took part of an incident that took place this weekend in Placencia.
Yes.
Yeah?
So we had talked about it, and one of the big questions that we were asking is, will this be left with a charge? Would something take place? Because we know that he was released, and from there we're dead silence. Actually, there was nothing reported, and that also goes to show the lack of communication with the media, again, to get things out, to make people be more accountable, transparent, because it's not just any average person, this is a son of a minister. And so when you have cases like this, you'd want the information to be exposed in the sense that persons know of incidents like this taking place.
Right. And so the current minister that's in charge of Home Affairs, Mr. Julius Espat, was nobody's above the law, right? Because we're talking about the minister's son here in this case, and he was nobody's above the law, and then he has to be charged, arrested and charged for what he did. So what we do know is that Stoney Ferguson was arrested and charged for aggravated assault and insulting words. He received bail, so he's granted bail and he's free now. But it was definitely something that it was not shared on the news. We talk about it during this week, and because of that, then there was a follow-up
Yeah.
on the situation. Because initially, when he was arrested over the weekend, what we do know is that there was background calls.
big people
Big people that
calling.
called and be like, yo, release my son kind of thing, or release this person. But, you know, nobody's above the law.
You know, so I think it was a kind of thing, and this is why I look back at, you know, media and how we play this big role, because like you rightfully mentioned, calls were made upon that. He was released, and then after this was more publicized and it was brought to the minister's attention and so forth, a lot of more pressure was placed on them to say, okay, no. This is not just going to be swept under the rug. Something needs to take place. So like you mentioned before, he's now released out on bail, but I think this goes to show how important, again, I go back to nation, having that that better flow between the police and the media, so that we know what cases, what stories, what things are taking place, so that the media can do their job, and then perform the accountability process where now the police department needs to make sure that, you know, if somebody is supposed to be dealt with, nobody is above the law. Everybody's equal for the law, and that's something that the minister did make mention. So I'm glad to see that, you know, he followed through with that aspect of saying, I don't care if you're a minister, you're anything. We have to deal with this matter.
Definitely. So that was the update with that situation. Ren, let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And so there's this anti-gang ad campaign that's running at the moment, which is pretty graphic, you know, and the intent of it is to deter people from getting
Discourage.
involved in gang-related violence. And so it has multiple views on the...
From money, from being behind bars,
Yeah.
to being like killed and funeral. So
Right.
it's basically showing you the cycle, if you want to call it, of how gang violence could lead your life to, you know, depending on the circumstances, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And so Minister Musa, who's a former Minister of Home Affairs, was interviewed about this ad and asked him, you know, how does he feel about this campaign? Like, what is his thought on it?
Yeah.
He says, like, that wouldn't be the route that he would go about doing it. He says how that it's a bit too much for him, too graphic for him, but he also acknowledged that there are some persons that this could be a good message for them. And so he acknowledged that, you know, everybody has their style in which they deliver messages, in which they run their ship in that sense of way. And so he's like, for him personally, it's not it, but then he looks at the public, and the public's view is what really matters in this case, of how they have interpreted and how they are receiving this ad campaign.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about the campaign? I'm curious.
I feel like I'm on the fence of it, because I understand that, you know, it is graphic and everything, but I also understand the stance of, you know, there are multiple ways to skin a cat, if you want to call it. And in that same light, yes, we can go about, and I have no problem going about the community policing, the resources, the different things that we've had in place or we're trying to put in place to deal with crime, to deal with gangs, to deal with all these things. But I also understand that, you know, this problem has different angles that we can be able to tackle. So in the case for this campaign, maybe it's gonna be reaching to persons that need to see something graphic, that need to understand, yo, this is the reality, that, like, you know, it starts from there. It might be money, and it might be friends, and it might be all of these things, but you could end up, you know, in a box 6 feet under. And maybe that is the message that some people need to hear. Again, it's not everybody that needs to hear it that way, but when you're dealing with crime, when you're dealing with, you know, gang violence and so forth, there's not one size fits all, and this is the perfect the formula that makes everything work. So I just look at that aspect, and that's why I'm like, I also connect with what Minister Musa was saying, that, you know, it's not for him, but he understands that for some public, this actually might be working.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
What are your thoughts on it?
I do not agree with the way how this campaign, in terms of like deterring people from getting involved in gang violence, is. For one, I feel like it's re-traumatizing, you know, and I feel like people already know what are the consequences if you get involved in gang violence. You know, like it's a thing that every day we're seeing some kind of effect from it. So I don't feel like it's necessary for people to be able to see that. Because even with the graphics, they're showing images of people who are people, right? And you never know, like, maybe that was a relative of somebody and you're just using it for your campaign.
100%.
And so it's like, did you ask for consent for them to be able to do that? How does this affect them in the re-traumatizing of seeing, oh my gosh, that was my relative down there, and you're using that for your purpose? So it's like, again, navigating consent, traumatizing. But also, it's like you mentioned something very important is that there has been enough evidence in terms of like research that proves as to like why are people involved in gangs, right? So it's like, and so like this campaign is like a behavior change campaign that they're doing, but what are they doing in terms of like tackling the political and the economic situations that make people get involved in gangs? You know, I feel like it definitely needs more. It's like, I remember when there were a couple young guys that were arrested and then they took them to Colby Foundation for a day trip and be like, if you do not change, then we're gonna take you there. So it's like, how do we view like, it's very punitive, right? It's not restorative. And I say restorative in the sense that we are not tackling the root causes as to like what is, you know, leading to gang violence. So, I don't know. I think like it requires like better consultation. It requires, you know, understanding more about this social change that you gotta do. It's blaming people, you know, it's blaming people and say, uno change uno behavior, rather than saying, how has the system made us be here in the first place? We're not calling out the system, and I think we should call out the system if we really want to deter people from getting involved in gang violence.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I hear that. I hear a lot of the aspect of
Yeah.
it. Ultimately, what people can also say is that it all boils down to choice. Because there are many people that are also in those situations and they chose a different path. So I understand the system, and I'm not saying that's why with crime and
Right.
with gang violence, it's not saying one thing is the cause and the sole purpose and the root and the issue. There are multiple issues towards these things. And so that's why I was saying in my sense that yes, I completely acknowledge the idea. And somebody was asking, did the people that were in the commercial get paid for it? You should go back and pay those people to give them some kind of compensation for that. But it's just the idea also of saying, you know, this is the reality. Because some persons are in the chat saying this is the reality that people are seeing every day either way. And then when you look at media, and let's be the honest truth of it is that the media showcases these things either way. So you're getting it, even if you're not getting it in a commercial, you get it in a news story either way. So it's like, so I could also look at the rationing of saying like, you're already getting this in a different dosage. I'm gonna compile it together and let you say, this is the full story. But then again, I come back to what you're saying is like, are you trying to look at it as a restorative process? Or are you trying to you change behavior because this is what is the consequence from it? But again, there isn't one way to say we solve this problem. So while this might not be the good taste in everybody's mouth for some persons, maybe this is the reality that some persons need to see to maybe, you know, evoke some kind of change behavior, some kind of questioning, some kind of conversation thing taking place. Will it work for everyone? 100% no. Will it work for some people? Possibly. And so I think that is acknowledgement that I want to give for the campaign and hoping that there's more than just this. That's what trying to deter, discourage, and sway people into a different path of life, into different decisions. And like you rightfully said, looking at the system, looking at programs, looking what is involved, because prevention is always better than cure, and we're very much reactive than proactive. And so understanding how can we be proactive.
Very well. Thank you for that, Ren. Let's move on to our next Couch Talk topic. And so the next topic, Attorney O.J. Ellington calls the proposed Broadcasting Act draconian. Definitely there's mixed views and mixed reactions on the proposed Broadcasting Act. And for one, I feel like we've spoken about it during the week, Ren, in terms of the agency that's doing the consultation for this Broadcasting Act. They need to reach out to the public more, you know, and be able to explain what does this really mean. At this point, everybody's like chewing on it and, you know, like sharing what are their thoughts and their views on it, but definitely it requires a comprehensive review
bigger
for
picture to
all of us
understand
to know what's going on.
Where's this going? I think that's what, because when you have proposals to change things, it's often that question of like, okay, why are we changing it? How does that look for us? What will this also mean for the future? Because if we change things now, and I've heard people talk about this, like, okay, it's 2026, we change something now. What can this change then lead into our next change in 2030 or 2035 or whatever it is along that line? Because that's how people look at it. Because when you have one step, what are the next steps that come from there? Like, what is the big goal, the vision, the picture, and everything along the sun? Because some people just feel like, I'm just trying to make money. I'm just trying to come up and understand and regulate this even more. You know, people can look and say, like legacy medias and all of these different places that have a license that are supposed to be regulated to do this and pay this license, It's looking at expanding that definition, but what is that definition truly meant for what broadcasting is supposed to look like for persons that are using broadcasting as a way to make money? How does that, translate for them and for what finances they're gonna be making too, for selling advertisements and all of that under the sun? Is it creating a level playing field, and how do people really feel about that? So I think the big question, like you said, is just, can we get an explanation on how this is supposed to translate today and years to come, and what could come, and what's the big picture?
Yeah, because in the comment that we got yesterday from Attorney O.J. Ellington, he was saying that this is a draconian, legislation that is getting proposed, and that on its own, like, it's kind of monitoring or censoring people's public opinion, even as how they go about sharing their views on Facebook. That if you were to say something, then there's a fine that can come for you for what you share on your online platform. Again, it's all mixed reviews about this, and it calls for better consultation, better information going on for people to understand it properly. Because
especially with the fines.
Because with the fines, and it requires some sort of monitoring and some sort of looking over at online media. Which is
going to be hard to
which is
look
going to
at.
be really difficult to do. We realize that not many countries have such legislations in place, to monitor how you go about using your online space. And so, what will that look for a lot of us? So, we know that we're probing Jules to join us on
Monday.
On Monday to be able
To explain it.
to explain this further, for sure.
Most definitely. And, to get the insight, I think in general, it's for the public to have their own thoughts. But, you're hearing different views, and people are trying to understand, okay, what does this even mean in the first place? And I think that's the big thing of properly sensitizing persons so they understand, because at some point in time, people are online users. They're going to be in that zone. So how do I navigate it in a safe way that doesn't allow me for a $50,000 fine? Because those are some of the fines that could be imposed. And I'm gonna leave it at money. So just understanding what is my scope, what is my boundaries, I think is important. And then having my consultation for know if I even want this thing in the first place.
Yes.
So.
I agree. When we move on to our last Couch Talk topic, and what has been announced is that there is a back-to-school tax-free days that are upcoming.
Yes, August 15th and 29th, if I'm not mistaken, are the back-to-school tax days that
Tax-free days.
Tax-free day.
Yeah.
Because they're 2 days, but they're
Yeah.
separate weekends.
Yeah, but tax-free.
Tax-free, yeah. Tax-free day, but it's only, again, reminding you, this is the back-to-school one. So remember how last year, people would buy groceries and all kind of thing, and they did not get the same, the exemptions from that tax on those goods. And they were like, what's happening, blah, 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 etc. This, again, the perimeter of this is tax-free for back-to-school goods. And they actually put a list.
Yeah, but what if your groceries are back-to-school supplies?
I said this last year, but they don't listen to me.
The lunch,
Yeah, like you have to create lunch in the picnic. Things expensive. I have to make a sandwich.
Exactly.
Mama needs a sandwich.
Yeah,
So,
go back to school with belly full,
exactly.
Start your day
that
bright.
part, 100%. But what I appreciate about this is that they have put the items so people can know more or less what are, and you actually see some businesses promoting, what is on exemptions and so forth like that. So what's easier for you to understand when you're purchasing items. But
that's true.
Please remember, groceries are not included.
Yeah.
Or repeat groceries are not included.
That is
in
true.
this.
And from the reviews when this was announced, what we can see is that it's a very well received tax-free days for persons, right? We're acknowledging that the inflation level is pretty high, and it's pretty tough, being able to provide for your child to go back to school at the moment.
Oh my
The
goodness.
fees for school fees are exorbitant, right? So imagine that, plus now having to go and get your backpack and your uniform and all of these things.
And these things do make a big difference,
They
So
do.
for some persons that say, oh, we just recycle it and everything, and I understand that, but you also think about a child going into a classroom, tear up shoes, like small or unkept uniforms or whatever. And it does do a thing because bullying is a thing in schools. You think about how that child feels about themselves and how that now translates to what they're doing in school, how they feel like they can learn, how safe they feel in the environment, you know, around persons for them. So it's a lot of different things. So, you know, you feel for parents that want to send their children back to school, even if it's just one good uniform or whatever it is along the line. So when you have these tax-free days that help with that, it's a big thing, and I really encourage persons to take advantage of it. And then, of course, reminding persons on that same note beyond just these days to support the different back-to-school programs that you're seeing, the fundraisers that are happening
Right.
that help kids to be able to have that little backpack, to have those trims, to have whatever it is, shoes or so. We've had a couple conversations here on that. And these things are super meaningful, super necessary. You can never have enough because you don't know the realities of some persons in their homes, of how much they're making, how much children they have to send back.
Right. I would also like to talk about how this, you know, in terms of like the tax-free days have been announced in August, for August. And so it also like helps to keep the monies in country because we do know that a lot of people would go to either Chetumal or Melchor to be able to like
Oh, yeah.
get their school supplies or whatever back to school items they may need. So this also like allows for the finances to stay in country, well, the investments to stay in country. So we're gonna see what kind of like boost that has on our finances, but definitely take note of the days, take note of what items are gonna be tax-free, and go ahead and make the best out of these tax-free days.
Yeah,
That's
make the best out of it, guys. So remind you, it's not on groceries. These things, again, are on the things of like notebooks, textbooks, pencils, crayons, erasers. These are like the normal things that you can be able to have. There's a list that is posted at the Belize Tax Service. So when in doubt, go to them and just literally look at the list. The list is right there with all of it for you to see. And don't complain and say, well, why they never remove the tax to this? The list there, honey. You just need to read.
Yeah.
So
And I think about back to school and the smell of new. You know, like it's.
I'm
it was
just
such a
always
fulfilling-
excited,
Yeah,
you
when
know?
I like sleep with your uniform next to you, kind of thing, already ironed for the first
you
day
have
of
your little
classes.
white socks on,
Yeah.
your little shoes, and you like put a little greaser or something on
Yeah.
it to make sure it shines.
But I gotta say, you know, like I did not like, you know, like the new uniforms, and I say that because
Why?
they never fit well. You know, like it's
So
like
y-
you still have to like grow into them. I don't know if your parents did it, but my parents, they would buy stuff
a little bit bigger.
a little bit bigger because you're still gonna grow, right? And I remember just looking very awkward in these like big uniforms because like you're gonna grow, so you that was small, but when I get you a medium, and it's just,
It's a private school or it's a high school for you?
girl, I was like very small. I was a small person up to like
Because
when puberty
I
hit, like in
stopped growing
second
at
farm.
first farm. So like my uniform, it wasn't a problem, babe.
Yeah.
It was like, we're gonna keep with the
Yeah.
same energy.
For me, like the
throughout.
growth spurt hit me in second farm. So I went from like being like 5'1", 5'2" to like maybe going to like 5'5", 5'6".
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so
it
you
was
just
like a
start
big
grow.
stretch. Yeah.
Like one day, Kevin just like his legs
Yeah.
start pop. Poof.
Yes.
I was like,
yes. Yes.
hey, but you
Yeah.
know, you find kids that say they don't look forward to going back to school. 'Cause I'm hearing conversations from them, but then you also find ones that like they're super excited to start this new chapter, whether they're going into fourth form or standard 6 or first farm for the first time, and it's like an exciting moment for parents too. So these are good and great incentive and to take advantage of, so you can help that child get that experience to go back. Whatever you're starting, whether it be now going into your majors for third farm, finishing up for fourth, whether it be doing standard 6 and you're almost out of the out of the zone of
Yes, yes.
primary, starting high school for the first time, tertiary, whatever it is that you're doing, like it is a new chapter to be going into. We pray that, you know, everything works out when it comes to finances, because there's some kids that they're the first ones to continue in education. It's a big step.
Yeah.
Like we don't think about the realities of it, you know, that they're doing great things in their spaces. And, you know, it's great to see there's incentive for them.
That is true. That is true. So by the end of the year, this uniform fits. That is true. That is true.
But,
You know,
yeah.
so one thing about this
Or
back
the
to school
shoes.
supplies, right, is that I don't know if you've noticed, but schools now are asking people to like bring like cleaning supplies and all of these things to the schools, right?
Stop it, no, really?
Yeah, yeah. So like schools, they give children like you need to give like pack of toilet paper, you need to bring like Clorox, you need to bring this like additional to like your notebook and that kind of thing. So We're talking about
Things
these.
for dread that school and we can't afford Clorox. So at least
yes. It is true. It is true. Like people, like students are getting that list. You
Oh
know?
my.
And so my thing now is like, okay, you did back to school. So back to school supplies is beyond just the notebook and the pens and the
Put
rulers.
it on the Clorox too. Put it on the Clorox.
Exactly.
Put
Because
it on the
kids
broom
are
and
getting
mop.
asked for that. Yeah, like you have to donate like a pack of like typing sheet and a pack of this, you know, like, and I'm like,
I feel like they should also do like a special one for teachers. Where like if you present your teacher license or something like that, you should get also exempt
More
from
discount.
certain
Yeah.
from like the different supplies. Because remember teachers have to decorate their classroom and you know that they pay for that. So I'm just it's not a secret. So I just think also they should be getting an exam. Just present that. I know like Angela's Press did a
They
thing
do.
one time where for printers and they get certain like discounts and stuff. But I'm hoping other businesses do the same thing.
Agreed.
To help them, you know. It's
Agreed.
not every single day you do it. Just for this back to school. Come on now. Not brand new.
yeah. Folks, with that we
Fighting
come
for
to
the
the end of
people.
our Couch Talk. We do have a birthday shout out to do.
We have a birthday shout out to do. I also waiting for the picture to come up. Yes, this is from Miss Candice Castillo. Yesterday was her birthday. So we're doing a belated birthday for her. And we're super, super excited for her to share a new chapter filled with love, happiness, prosperity, peace, all the goodness and joy that her heart can, phantom in every single way, shape, or form. And she continue to bless spaces and be blessed by persons in her spaces. So happy blessed birthday to you, Miss Candice Castillo.
Yes.
And then I also just want to do, because yesterday I saw Charlotte's son got married. So I'm just doing a congratulations for him on that. She gained a new daughter. Well, she's daughter-in-law, whatever it is. So congratulations to you, Miss Charles, on being able to, welcome in a new chapter with your son and a new loved one into your family. So,
Look at that.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, your cookie was like,
Yes. Yep. No, and I'm saying because like people are saying like yes, indeed. Like people are asked, like students are getting asked to bring like paper towels and stuff to like.
It's crazy
to school,
work.
right? Bring toilet paper, bring soap, bring stuff. I'm telling you, it's beyond.
So how broke are schools?
How broke are these schools,
That's
right?
what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, so we have to do a story.
And I
on
don't
that.
like beg already, because you know that schools, every single school you got to, boy, the way how they will petition for things to you, for whatever it be the fair, whatever it is, you don't know you have to donate for bake sale, all these stuff. So now you have bake sale. You don't have the books. You have maybe the class trips. Then you have like the Clorox and things because you need to clean the, help with supplies to clean the
Yes,
classroom.
yes.
At this point, what, and then tuition fees obviously go up. They got fees, all kind of things, because they got gym fees sometimes, all that thing. I'm like, at this point.
Yeah, student life fees, if there's a thing. I'm sure they're gonna have student life fees.
Kevin, what? He's making you to give the ideas, the boy.
Okay,
take it back.
scrap it. Take it back.
Take it back.
Edit.
What are you doing? This is just before Brazil he to stop problems. But definitely, I think it's
okay.
it's
So they're saying,
something.
Red, let's stop talking and let's say that there is a sunrise also that we gotta share.
Oh,
we gotta
yes.
thank Miss Tricia Webster for sending us this beautiful sunrise.
Where is it from?
Where is this from?
Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only. I think this is from PG.
It's giving me very much Orange Walk vibes.
Oh yes, right.
How you
Yeah.
know it's at your spot?
Well, like I just wanna like shout out PG.
Just because you never got an Orange Walk for a hot minute, you forget how you look.
That can be a
Send
thing.
Kevin back, man.
Send Kevin.
Send Kevin back. Make it still happen. Make you go back on motorcycle too. Oh, say when you come when you start the show. But this is actually from Marine Parade, guys.
Yes.
So big up to you, Miss Tricia. Thank you so much for sending in this beautiful submission. We're here celebrating it with you.
Definitely.
And with that, guys, we're gonna go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
If you're tired of the baking in your house with the only Cocoa Wawa fan and finally realize that the time to get yourself a good, durable, reliable fan, contact Maya's panel website or social media. Maya's going to hook you up with one of their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan where might could even change your life as they keep you cool in this hot Belizean weather. Yes man, because their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's not just could blow your lip back way, they might could blow away your mind if you say blow away the toxic konomono out of your life and the bad vibes out of your house. Order your 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's website or on their social media, and Maya's going to ship out your fan anywhere countrywide ASAP. Not believe me? Visit mayaselectronics.bz right now to order your fan today.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. Thank you so much for the company give Renata and I on today, this fabulous Friday. If you missed that conversation, you can always go back and watch our Facebook recorded live. And of course, we extend an invitation for you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to know who our guests and what conversations they bring forward on today's episode. Folks, we're going to have a great conversation with our friends from ICA. We have the director of ICA, Ms. Kim Vasquez, joining us. Ms. Kim, good morning.
Good morning.
It's Friday.
Yes.
You're definitely bringing the Friday energy with
I'm bringing the Friday color. Yes.
You are.
You and I.
I
Yeah.
know, under the vibe.
Yes, we're going to Brazil. You did not know?
Oh,
I'm bringing her.
I did not even get the memo. I got a suitcase.
Well, Ms. Kim, we're here to talk about an exciting event that you're taking that's taking place at ICA, which is a spoken word theater style
Yes.
that's upcoming. And next to you, we have two of the poets that are
We
going to
have
get
two of
featured.
poets,
Can you
yes.
please introduce them?
Yes, this is Kylie Cayetano and Andre Habet, and they are part of the Spoken Word 501. I call them the Spoken Word 501 Collective because it's
Ooh.
really been growing and exploding, and I see more poets coming on board. I follow them. I'm a fan. I follow them on social media.
Yeah.
So they are in part 2 of what we are here to talk about today, which
right.
is poetry.
I love it. Let's do a check-in with them. Andre, how are you? How is your Friday energy?
Oh,
1 to 10,
really
10
good.
being the
You know,
highest.
I've been up since 5, taking care of my pets,
Okay.
making breakfast. So I feel excited.
You already had breakfast?
No, the
Well, no,
pets got
I got it ready. I got my breakfast ready. It's in the car.
Oh,
Oh, I thought it was the pets got breakfast.
No, they got already, but they're one easier, you
I
know.
was like, man, he already had breakfast. I'm like, those worms get up pretty early too, you know?
That's true, that. I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
Andre, thank you so much. Kylie, how are you doing today? How is your Friday vibe?
I'm not a morning person, but I'm up and I'm ready to talk about poetry. I could talk about poetry all day.
I love it.
I feel like most of the times when we don't have morning persons on the morning show, it's always interesting. I'm like, but yet you make the sacrifice to be here because
Yes.
you know the conversation is important.
Yes.
Yes,
So we
definitely.
acknowledge that.
And it's always lively conversation.
Yes, and it's good stuff because we're building traditions, we're allowing exposure, we're allowing expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what poetry is bringing here. So let's get excited about it.
I don't excite you.
We don't expect so we get all at the same
Yes,
excitement because
yes.
people don't have breakfast,
Yes.
so we need to get ready. What is really happening, and I hear Bertie saying this Saturday when it
Yes.
comes to this spoken word theater style.
Theater style, yes. So poetry has been around for a few years now at the Institute of Creative Arts. We actually got it going during COVID when we were still doing things online. And we were super grateful for the poets that have consistently participated in one way or another. And it was originally a competition. It still has a competition component to it.
Okay.
Because when we started to look at a formal and official ceremony for Emancipation Day, one of the things as a member of the NCC that I really felt we should have in that ceremony was a poem for emancipation every year. Because you know, poetry, it really invites us to reflect on ourselves, on topics. It stays with you. Words are powerful. So poetry was the vehicle for that, you know, and the winning poet would read on Emancipation Day. And we've kept that going, and then we started wanting to, man, these poems are really good. We've published them on Facebook sometimes. We've done recordings of them. And we wanted to have the showcase on the back veranda. We've done that. It's been really nice. But this year we said, you know what, it's time to bring spoken word to the Bliss Theatre
With
stage.
elevate.
Yes, I guess you could say that. But it's also because I see them just doing it. Some of the women have been in Women in Art. And I read their work and I said, you know, more Belizeans we need to know our poets. We need to read their work, we need to appreciate them. And they deserve that platform. And I said, you know, let's put the spoken words, let's bring the words to the theater.
I love that. Yes. So bringing the words to the theater, we're seeing the flyer up there.
Yes.
Let's talk to our poets and ask them, what does it feel like? Because uno de ina poetry for how long specifically? Because we're talking about get to know the poets. This is your time. I'm gonna find all the information.
So I've been writing for a little bit, maybe 11 years, but I've only really taken it seriously in the last 5. I took a class at UA Poetry 101 that helped me refine my style or refine my structure. And then there was a workshop done by Rudy Francisco a little bit, was that over a year?
That was
Not
a while.
last year, the year before.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was there. I was very quiet in the back, but I took notes. I wrote down everything he said, and I applied that to my work to make it a bit more visual, to bring more imagery and more metaphors and make my work better. So, yeah, I really love writing. It's the best way for me to express how I'm feeling. If I have any kind of complicated emotions about a particular topic, it's very personal. So, yeah, I love it.
So you mentioned that over the years you've been refining your style.
Yeah.
What does your style look like?
I'm a storyteller. I like to bring people into my world. As I said before, it was very personal to me. And so it won't be always like what's happening in the outside world that I'll talk about. I'll talk about things that I'm going through. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So with
So
that,
it's
like
almost narrative.
So I'm curious, like, how do you navigate like the vulnerability of being a poet? Because you're sharing like aspects about you, and then you're like, I'm putting that out there for
They
people
gonna know
to.
me.
They're gonna know me,
Yeah,
right? So it's
yeah.
like, how do you navigate that, and what's the point of like putting yourself out there?
You know, because I've only recently started sharing my poetry. I've been writing for so long. It's only been maybe a year and a half of me standing up on stage and being like, okay, guys, this is me. It's been like working a muscle in the gym, you know? See, I can't even stop like comparing it to a thing to help you kind of visualize what it is like. You build up the muscle to get used to like that exposure of being vulnerable. Because I was really bad at that before. I'm working on it. To share my emotions with people and be like, hey, like this is how I feel, this is what I'm going through, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it takes practice.
Thank you for sharing. So like, you're gonna take the stage very soon. Do you already have your poem in mind? Like,
Yeah.
All right.
She's not going to be sharing it here,
not gonna be
Kevin.
sharing
Yeah, let's leave it for the stage.
Let's
Let's
be
leave it
sharing
for the
something
stage.
later on. And calm down. Why are you trying to get all the juice out of them? Give them something for Saturday.
Yeah.
You have to make people get excited for Saturday. We can't give them all everything right now.
Come see me on Saturday.
Exactly. Put your plug in, girl.
Yeah,
Put your plug in.
yes.
Because Saturday is happening. I know, Andre, you're going to be performing. Not performing. What would be the appropriate
Yeah,
word?
performing is
Not
right.
Performing,
Yeah.
it's performing, yeah.
And how do you feel about, being able to be up there on the stage for persons to see you?
I feel really grateful to ICA and to the spoken word 501 community. You know, since moving back to Belize City, it's really been a hub for me to be vulnerable, but also to support other people in community. You know, when we talk about vulnerability, I think about this quote from this writer Kazuhaga, who says, "It's helpful to teach from your scars and not from your wounds." And that can be a really great way to approach vulnerability, which is you don't have to bleed on the stage. You can actually just come with something that you've already processed. And in a way, writing a poem is processing it.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's poems that I've written that I'm not going to read on stage anytime soon because they still haven't healed. But when those have scarred over, then I can, no? And I really appreciate the Spoken Word 501 community because everybody's very supportive. There's a wide range of personalities, but also the types of poems that are being read. And I look forward to it every month. You know, I was just saying before this that that it is one of the highlights of my month. And tonight we actually are meeting again, and we meet every week at every third Friday at Thornton Library, and it's open to the public. It's a free event, and it's at 6 p.m. every third Friday, and it's just really nice because we see new faces come in that then become, you know, regulars, and it just really warms my heart because, you know, Belize can often feel like there's very little to do. That isn't, outside of drinking, and I don't do that anymore. So I really just try to occupy myself with things that are feeding my soul, and the work of other poets does that for me.
We know that this event is leading to, you know, the celebration, the commemoration of Emancipation Day. You know, so what's the vibe going to be tomorrow like? You know, what are some of the themes that are going to be emerging from this theater style poetry night?
That's a great question. You know, since we have the free portion of the event that we're going to be covering, for me, I'm thinking more about like how do we use poetry as a place to imagine better futures. You know, like in my other work, I do journalism, I do news, and the state of things as they are can be very bleak. And you can't actually exist in that headspace all the time. And so for me, poetry is often a way to access, well, what is still possible? Even if it's not happening now, what can happen at some point in the future?
Right. And I with writing in general, it's like every time you revisit with like where you are now, right? So what made sense like yesterday when I read it and I come back and I visit it today, I may see it from a different perspective, right? So that's one of the beautiful things about going to like writing and poems and all of these things, because of you never know how you're gonna meet it, which is very, very beautiful. Ms. Kim, how can people like show up tomorrow? Like, what are some of the details?
Okay, so tickets are on sale in advance. This is a new showcase for us, and we really hope to make this annual in this format. Because once we move forward, we don't go back.
Exactly.
Right? So, of course, right? So we have a price that is, we know again, You want to make it to a whole evening of entertainment. So when you left the Bliss, you could go take one drink somewhere, whatever. It's only $10 to see 10 of our outstanding spoken word poets, plus part 1, which are the emerging poets. But also some of the established poets are in part 1 too, because they do participate in the competition annually. And so we have the finalists, you could say. Some of them, it's not mandatory, right? But some of the finalists are coming to share in part 1. Those are the poems for emancipation. And part 2, after we take the intermission, part 2 is free emotions, all the different topics. It's the it's a spoken word 501 poets. There are 10 of them on the lineup. And that is poet free. The tickets are on sale at the Bliss right now. If you want to secure them online, you don't have to walk in. You can call the box office. You can reach out to our Facebook page. They're only $10, so you can get 10 of them, 20 of them. Bring out a group, bring out your family, bring out your friends. Yeah, because, you know, one thing I love about poetry and spoken word is everything the poets have said. It's vulnerability meets creativity. It's thought-provoking, but it's also self-reflection. It invites you to reflect. You know, I was with Deja, another poet, and she was reciting a poem about her mom. And it made me think about my relationship with my mom. Just because I hear her so raw, so honestly put out that emotion, it said, okay, I can think about this in my life. And I think that is a gift that poetry gives to us. So, I haven't asked because I myself want to be blown away. So I'm telling them, just put it together. Yes, just put it together and bring it to the theater. And again, this is theater. It's very much theater. Spoken word is meant to be listened. We're going to add the lights and add that theater environment. And if you're looking for something different, this Saturday, 6 o'clock at the Bliss is where you want to be.
Nice. And so would food and drinks be on sale for
I believe there is an intermission and there'll be some light refreshments. You can take your drink and you can meet the poets afterwards. Some of them are published. Quite a few of them I'm finding out are published. These are things we need to know.
Yes.
We need to, have you picked up a collection of poems?
Because what they said, like they've taken the time to invest in themselves. So that's
exactly. And I think that is something that we don't really see because poetry can be a very quiet and writing on a whole, the literary arts tends to be the less seen. And just as dancers work on choreography and technique, poets and writers are always refining their craft, always looking for workshops, and we don't celebrate that. We don't champion that enough. And that's very important as well.
No, 100%. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. at the Bliss, the tickets you can get ahead of time.
$10.
Or right there at the box office, just show up.
Just show up.
Just show up.
This is really affordable. Really amazing to go and have a full-on show.
And to open your mind as we move into the week leading up to emancipation. Free your mind. Free up your mind.
So definitely come out. We know that Andrew has a poem for us as we're wrapping up this segment. He bring out the paper.
Yes. So just to go on what I was saying earlier, so I've been writing poems this year just to commemorate people who have been taken from us. And this one is called Soon. And I wrote it for Jahil Westbay and Alwyn Marin, 2 young men who were killed and we still haven't found their bodies this year. And so I wanted to write about a future where men like these boys thrive. Soon. Another man dead back a port, surrounded by family and friends. As he lies in his bed at 89 years, dust veils the World War III medals lining the mantle. Above them on the wall, framed doodles by all the grandchildren, gleaming with polish. Through the window unspools a garden with all manner of greenery, going through his and his spouse's yard and into the neighbors. No fence to tell them apart. yellow-headed parrots, colored aricaris, and green-breasted mango hummingbirds, gobbling on insects, fruits, and nectar. No need to say, this stuff for me and that for you, when there's plenty for all. And though his life knew more beauty than misery, it was not without suffering. There were the years of endless storms that tore through his childhood home and the next, the years living in tents, scrunched up like pill bugs in hibernation, as news of the bombs went on, getting louder by the day, the water turning from blue to red to gone. But then, and no one knows why, there was a long choral yell of no that traveled from the last stand of mangrove to the dying heart of Chiquibull, followed by a long sigh that toggled everybody who turned or heard it from sleep, including the formerly pig bug boy who now dies many decades later, knowing loss, able to tell its contours and textures at 1,000 paces, giving thanks for all he had and for having given more than he could take. Not people who did no harm, but people who tended to wounds with spit and song. Not people of purity and light, but people of earth and sea. So that at his final breath he thought, one more thing. Yes, that was enough.
Very good.
Wow. I know. Sometimes you have that moment where it's like there's not much you can say because it sits with you.
It sits with
you. It sits
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah. So that's a great preview of what we can expect tomorrow.
Yes,
at
it
the-
is. Yes.
Great job, Andre. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And thank you for doing the work that you're doing too, to keep these people alive and keep the ideas alive too. Yes. It's always important for this. So with that, guys, please remember tomorrow is the big night, 6 p.m. at Bliss. Tickets are $10. You can get it at the box office. You can get it when you just walk in and
Just
try to
walk
get
in,
in.
yeah.
And bring out the family, have a great time, and let's get exposure and celebrate vulnerability and creativity meeting, marrying. So with that, we're gonna go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, the Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on Earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. From rest to adventure. From nature to culture. From luxury to freedom. Every vacation imaginable, except snow, and we plan to keep it that way. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. In the words of our next guest, Terry Gordon, who's here to talk about the international football matches that Verdes FC is going to be going through. They're going to hype up this conversation because we got to get you ready to come up and show up for Belize as they participate in the CONCACAF Central American Cup for 2026. Again, I've already introduced him, but Terry Gordon, you're the organizer behind Verdes FC and everything is going to be taking place.
These guys will introduce themselves in just a few. This man in the middle needs no introduction, though. Woodrow Wilson West.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper extraordinaire. He's been here and there and everywhere. Just listen.
Right. So you shall be on the first segment, you know, with the poems, with the poets.
Bring all the names.
I tell you.
But definitely.
Yeah. So in my my position as PR officer, I would like to emphasize that camera, right? That's
yes,
mine?
this is your camera.
All right. I would like to emphasize to the general populace that, you know, we want you to come out and make some noise for our homeboys because this is, as we just mentioned, this is the CONCACAF Central American Cup tournament. It's something that we've been participating in for quite some years, and for Verdes as well. I want people to know that this is a team that has been around since King Hatchet was a hammer. They are celebrating their 58th anniversary this year. Verdes is 50 years old.
Verdes 50 years old.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And this team has represented us a few times in this tournament. The way how it is set up, it is 20 teams from this region. Belize only has one representative. That is Verdes, the main green machine. All right?
All right.
Some countries have more than one.
Okay.
So there are 4 groups of 5 teams. Okay. And we happen to we'll be hosting two teams, and we will be playing 2 games on the road.
Very
so
good.
it's not a real home and away for everybody. We play 2 games, which is Motagua first on Tuesday, At the FFB Stadium, 6 gates open at 4, and tickets are already on sale. You can check our Facebook page. They're 25 in advance, 30 at the gate, in case you want to know how you can get your tickets.
You are
right?
definitely on a roll and making the best out of this 15 minutes that we have for this conversation.
Yes.
I gotta say, because we have to introduce who's with you too.
Yeah.
You know? So we
Yeah.
have two of the players that are part of Verdes FC, Woodrow West and Luis Ibarra joining us. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
How is your energy, Woodrow? It's Friday. You have a game that's upcoming. How's your energy level 1 to 10?
Well, today's my rest day, but I have to
Today's
get
your
up
rest day.
on here. But if we're talking about game, well, I always excited. You know, these matches are something that I look forward to as a team player on the club. We so hype up for this and train so hard to be at this moment.
Definitely.
So it's something that we look forward to, and we expect to have a great game. We expect our fans to come out and support us. It's something that we want to compete with these guys. We know we could do it and maybe have a good game. And doing so, we might end up winning the game also.
Definitely.
So
I mean,
it's a team that we already meet, I think, twice already in the same tournament. So we more or less know an idea of them. So we should have a better game this time around.
This team, guys, this team, Motagua FC, is one of the top teams in Honduras and has always been. They call themselves El Ciclón Azul. So we're going to be invaded by a blue cyclone next Tuesday in Belize. So batten down the hatches and bring out your raincoats and whatever. But we want everybody to come out and make some noise for our homeboys because they always come by the bus loads. So we do not want to be outnumbered by Hondureños in El Estadio FFB. Okay? Never. Make sure you come out and support these boys because they are going to be coming out in full force, just so you know.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. So we also joined by Mr. Lorian Fraser. Good morning, sir.
Yes,
You are the
good morning.
manager of Verdes FC.
Yes.
How's the team feeling about being the only team for the country in this tournament?
Yeah, we definitely are proud because it was to be the representative. You had to earn it through the local tournament, the Premier League of Belize, which annually plays 2 seasons, opening and a closing season, and the criteria for qualifying is the regular season accumulated points added up between the 2 seasons, and you must be at least a champion for one of those seasons. So that is how that is the criteria for participating or representing Belize in the CONCACAF Central American Cup.
All right. Thank you for giving us that detail.
And so we also have our head of security that's also here. And we wanted to bring you into the conversation too, Mr. Victor Resenya. Let's talk a little bit about just the idea, because we're inviting people to come to this game, but the idea of safety and everything also has to be on everybody's mind. Talk to us a little bit about what's in place or what are we doing to make sure people know we to go cheer our hearts out, bring drum, bring every single thing under the sun, but we also have safety.
Just before he does that, Mary, I just sent you the prohibited items list that you can post while this gentleman is talking about it. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. Good morning, Belize. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
True to the point that you brought up, what is being expected that all CONCACAF games, all games especially in Belize, are safe, are secure, it's more family friendly. So it is very important that we keep safety and security at the utmost priority. And definitely for this game, I know Belizeans love their thermos and their Stanley Cups and the Yeti Cups.
Yeah.
That is prohibited, and you will see as soon as the picture pops up. As seen there, I know if it's raining, we're in a rainy season, even though it's slightly lower than average, people still will want to bring out the umbrella. Please, no umbrellas. One of the things is it blocks out other people's view. So you're infringing other people's space. Therefore, no umbrellas. You got to buy your poncho or come with a raincoat and use that.
Okay. I thought umbrella was being used as a weapon, but
no, it also can be used as a weapon. But then the main thing is it's infringing on other people's space, right? So for viewing. This is a big one for this season. CONCACAF has increased the security measures now. So for this game, to make it sure and make it safe and secure for the family, we have 3 security rings, and each one of them will entail different type of inspection, different type of checks. right? So we don't want anybody stepping in and thinking that they can do anything. Also, for the away fans, we don't want them to, because you know the Latin American countries are very
Aggressive.
Yeah, so
Passionate.
we have to ensure that everybody is safe and secure and have fun, enjoy the game, and can reach to the game, have fun, and return home safe.
That's really
so
good.
that's the main idea, this main aim for my job, to ensure all games here in Belize be safe.
And this list is where that people can make sure, because you don't want to go, especially within our home,
Yeah.
to bring the items that are not supposed to bring. So where would that be posted, the list?
Verdes social media pages,
Gotcha.
Verdes FC on Facebook, and Verdes FC also Instagram page. Yes, and we have gone to the extent of creating a portal, pretty much a mapping of the stadium. And as Mr. Briseño alluded to, that the away fans, mentioning there is demarcation because it is mandatory that the away fans are separated from your local fans. So there will be a special entrance for away fans, and that will be labeled or local fans who we hope come out in droves. And for both matches, the game on Tuesday, once again, as Mr. Terry said, is against FC Motagua from Honduras. And the following Thursday, August 8th, it's Belize versus
August
Guatemala.
6th. August 6th.
August 6th, sorry.
Yeah.
August 6th. It's Belize versus the Guatemalan champs. So we'll definitely need all forces behind us as we take on these two challenges. So once again, visit the social media pages, and as I said, there's
Games
a
already
mapping. The schedule, the mapping, and the location for ticket sales. In Belize City, you have Miss Kersha Pollard. The numbers and contact numbers are there. In Belmopan, it's the Premier League of Belize office within the Football Federation of Belize. Then you have the Hodes Place, which is a popular common place in San Ignacio. Mopan gas station, that's halfway between San Ignacio and Benque. We have Mr. Chipe Martinez. He operates in Benque, close to the Benque border area. And I think especially for the municipal game, interest has been expressed from Guatemalans. So we can't have them outnumber us. I had a friend who reached out and saying they're bringing a little busload alone, just as a group of friends. So we can't have them outnumber us.
Not at all.
So that's why we do the appeal to our Belizean fans. Plus, it's entertaining. It's entertaining, and the guys they put in the work. They put in the work. All right.
This team, Municipal, is not just any team. This is the most storied franchise in Guatemala. They have won the most. It's always between Municipal and Comunicaciones. Municipal has more victories under their belt than Comunicaciones. So this is the best team in Guatemala. They call themselves Los Rojos, or also Los Diablos Rojos. And so the Red Devils are going to be coming, and we were teaming them with We Angels.
Okay, all right. You should have definitely been in this first segment, right, with the poets.
The team also is reinforced with international hirings. And Mr. Luis Ibarra, he's a Paraguayan. This is his third season with us, because honestly, we are defending 3 consecutive local championships. So we repeat in May, all right, and we have a streak of 41 games without losing in Belize.
This Verdes team has 12 national players. So besides these international people that we have, brought on board, and we have a Spanish coach, a new coach,
from
right?
Spain.
From Spain. Not just a Spanish coach, was coach from Spain. So now, our Spanish coach could be what coach. Yeah, you understand me?
Spanish.
Yeah, good.
Spanish.
All the way from Spanish.
Let's get to know Luis a bit better. Luis, how do you feel about playing with Verdes FC? Hablas español.
¿Cómo se siente jugando con Verdes?
Sí, ¿cómo te sientes para participar en este equipo? ¿Y cómo te sientes para los juegos que vas a tener pronto?
Bien. ya siento, por ejemplo, ya estuve aquí en Verdes, ya llevo tiempo aquí, entonces me voy adaptando bien a lo que es el equipo, a lo que es el país. Ya va a ser mi segunda CONCACAF con el equipo, también ya conozco la liga de CONCACAF, así que estamos muy preparados y ansiosos de que ya llegue el martes a poder demostrar nuestro fútbol, a poder hacer bien las cosas y que podamos pasar de ronda.
Muy bien, gracias. So, he's saying it's his second time playing at the CONCACAF games, so he already understands the game. What does that look like? He's looking forward to Tuesday when they're gonna meet the Honduran team and do their best at that.
And we already established that we've played this team before, so we already kind of got an idea of how. And we've played the Guatemalan team already.
No,
No, they're the only one that we haven't played.
I played them back in Wagia, but this is our first time at Verdes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Woodrow, as Terry introduced him, has a storied career here in Belize. I think it's 19 championships overall in Belize. He played as well in the Honduran League for a couple of years. And he's the man with TR Shine Singbo when he said, jump like you're the West, right?
Very good. What?
Yeah.
His inspiration too.
No, definitely. And so we're coming with the big guns and we're coming prepared. But like you said before too, we need also the fans to come out. And that's what our persons are in the chat saying too as well. Because we can't just have our players playing amazing and not having that support. They never have a drum up there as a prohibited thing. They have drum prohibited? Just to check.
What are prohibited are like vuvuzelas and stuff that make too much noise above the whistle.
Okay, guys,
Right,
double
so-
check because you know.
But drums, in order that go in, it will has to be sent for approval to the CONCACAF headquarters. And that's 1 week before the game. So at this point, if that hasn't been sent in, it won't be allowed to be enter.
And similarly, visiting teams, they have to request what they want, their fans want to bring to the game. And
I hope they know how drummers.
I just wonder, like, getting that. But I also see flag. I think I saw a flag there. Is that
Right, the size of flag is very important. Anything above 6 feet by 3 feet, anything above that is banned. You cannot. If you do want to have it in, you have to ask permission for it. It will have to be approved like 1 week before, and then it can enter. Right? There are certain banners that can be used, but it has to be placed before the match and then get approval so that it can be
The regulations are very strict.
Definitely.
This year, they're very stringent.
But we also want to mention that I think we have over 20 food vendors in the concession area. Of course, a bar for beverages for those for drinks soft and not so soft, as well as live entertainment. I think with the Crick Vibes band.
Yeah, pre and post game.
Right, so it's an event as well. As I say, and it's entertainment, and that's why we invite our fans to come out. Come and enjoy a good, family, safe environment.
Yeah, right. And it's Belize and Verdes FC. Go ahead.
Just one thing with the alcohol part. There's an alcohol policy that it's what you call a pour to cup. So basically, you won't have any. It's pure plastic cups.
Okay.
I know we love our Pelican bottles and cans and stuff, but that's not allowed. So
Which is
it's not
understandable
allowed,
because
right.
next thing you know, somebody get to answer and they
Could be
want
used as
fling
a
out
projectile.
bottles.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention here there are 20 teams in this region, and we are in the group D, I believe, which is made up of 5 teams. All right, the top 2 moves on to the quarterfinals. That is how it is set up. All right, and then we go on from there. Okay, it's I guess some of us, who are into international football, this is for the European region. The European champion is PSG from France, all right, which is the championship that they recently won. So we have our own region that we're going and moves on to other tournaments. Okay, just wanted to emphasize that. So we have 2 home games. The first one comes up on Tuesday with Motagua at 6 p.m. Gates open at 4, and then the following Thursday at August 6th we host Municipal. Gates open at 5 for kickoff at 7. Check the Facebook page for tickets. 25 in advance, 30 at the gate. And our 2 away games are going to be Cartaginés from Costa Rica and FAS from El Salvador. Those are the 2 away games. So those are the other 2 teams that make up the 5 groups, the 5 members of our group.
Very good. Very
You
good.
guys played against those other teams too, or is just
We played against Cartagena's last year.
okay? Good. So because these is also important because I'm sure that you guys are strategizing. I'm sure the manager's making sure that you guys strategize with the coach and everybody involved.
I don't know if they've ever had a Salvadoran team before that they have participated against.
We played twice against Salvador last year.
Okay.
That was
a year before.
But that was on the road.
In 2022.
That was on the road at home.
In 2022, and that was when we actually eliminated, because it was a different format at that time.
Yeah.
So you played home and a game,
And then
elimination
that's it.
matches,
And
and
then
we
you move
actually
on.
eliminated one of those Salvadoran team and advanced to another group, to another
What
stage.
team was that?
That team was
Alianza?
CD Platense.
Platense. Okay.
Yeah.
My team played Alianza way back in the 90s. That's
Played
what
against
I am,
Alianza
bro.
right after.
Yeah.
All right.
In that same tournament that I'm telling you about.
So we've gone through memory lane,
Yeah.
because it's like 15 years that Paradise FC has been, playing this game, and you're the ones representing Belize at the CONCACAF Central American Cup. So congratulations for that to start with.
Thank you.
As we start wrapping up this conversation, Woodrow, we'd like to leave you with the opportunity to reach out to your fans, to fans of Paradise FC, to invite them to come to these 2 games that you have upcoming.
Yeah, right. Like we always say, football is one of the greatest things we have in our country, and I think it's something that we look out forward to, especially when it comes to international matches. We start right now with Verdes, and more September, November, you have the national team playing as well. So we're asking the fans to come out. These games are very competitive. It's hard, and then with them showing up, it gives us a boost, especially us as players. We feel more better when we see a lot of fans. It motivates you more.
Definitely.
Even if you feel tired, you get more energy feeding from them. So we invited them to come out, and I could assure them that we have a competitive game and do as best as we could to at least advance this time around.
Very well, thank you.
There you go.
Yes.
Sorry, the take away was spotlight.
No,
He did it good though.
I guess
He did it good. I just want to double check because there we go.
But maybe Terry has some closing lyrics,
You want close? You want any poetry?
Any
you want
poetry you want to share?
No, not really. You know my thing, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, this is as big as it gets. If you're not there, you're nowhere.
All right. Half
I'll
your
leave it
life
to that.
Half your life
I'll leave that. I'll
You
get to
can't
that.
expect, and I really always tell people that you can't just ride on the win wave if you don't go and support.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys go out and support. If you can't get to this game because Tuesday to Coast Fair or whatever it is, at least get to the August 6th game.
Yeah.
And I mean that one that with Guatemala, so you don't know hearts on the line.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
your heart, you know, more
Personal beef.
personal beef, right? So you don't know they will come hard and we'll come harder. So we're gonna look forward to harder. And so with that, guys, reminding you to please also check out the different social media pages
Correct.
so that you can see what is prohibited. If you want to bring in something, we know that for this game, the first one for Tuesday, it might not be able to be approved in
Won't be
time,
allowed,
so
yeah.
that won't work. But for at least the next game, send in your petitions for whatever it is you want to bring. And
Like the
let's come
drums,
out.
like the drums.
Like the
and stuff.
drums, yeah. At least, please come out in numbers and let's have a good, clean game and let's see everything unfold.
Yeah.
Yes.
All the best with the game.
All the best with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
With that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
If you're tired of the baking in your house with the only cook go wawa fan and finally realize that the time to get yourself a good, durable, reliable fan, contact Maya's panel website or social media. Maya's going to hook you up with one of their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan where might could even change your life as it keep you cool in this hot Belizean weather. Yes man, because their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's not just could blow your lip back way, they might could blow away your mind if you say blow away the toxic konomono out of your life and the bad vibes out of your house. Order your 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's website or on their social media, and Maya's going to ship out your fan anywhere countrywide ASAP. Not believe me? Visit mayaselectronics.bz right now to order your fan today.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shiri Khalsil, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Nadir Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, the Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. From rest to adventure. From nature to culture. From luxury to freedom. Every vacation imaginable, except snow, and we plan to keep it that way. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Friday episode. Ren and I have been having a great time with our guests, and I hope that you are also enjoying this Friday episode. It only gets better because
Yes.
Ras Indio is on set with us, and today we're going to be catching up with him, what he's been up to, and he has a song that he's going to be performing for us today. Before we get into that, Ras Indio, it's a pleasure to have you on Sunup on 7. It's
As usual,
Friday.
it's my pleasure.
What is your vibe like today? What is your energy level?
Well, I get up early and I go the last few days. So, yeah, I'm winding down now. I can't wait for the weekend.
And we're literally here. This is the start of the weekend.
Yes, I.
So you get to get some rest and everything.
I don't know if I get rest, but still we're on the move. My life not really consists of too much rest, you know. As soon as I get
On the go.
When I wake up that morning, sometimes I'm like, you know, and
Just
I'm like,
stop.
yeah, and I'm like, until the end of the day, it's non-stop. But that's what life is.
That is life,
you know. My father always says, if you not got that kind of stress, that means you're not to do nothing, you know.
I like that.
That's
I like
true.
That.
Yeah, man.
And we haven't seen you for a while, so we know that you've been up to great things. Like you said, you've been on the go.
Yes.
We hear that a tour is happening, new song, all these great things, and we have a T-shirt giveaway. So to tease the people, all
Yeah, that's really good,
to
right?
get them excited.
Yeah.
Because then if you listen, so they could be able to win this T-shirt, and it's a really amazing T-shirt.
Yeah, man.
Great message on it too. Let's
Rise
talk
up.
a little bit about what you've been up to, and like go into later on the music that you're about to release.
So let's start with this tour.
Yeah, the tour.
He was like, no, I want to hear about the tour
That's
right
the
now.
thing, you know, it's like I said, man, I hit the media a long time. Where we I start? You know what I mean?
True.
But we rewind it back up to the last trip I made to Germany.
Okay.
And big up those people who did allow us to make that trip over there. You know, it was a great vibes to be in a whole different environment than the African environment.
I see.
Remember, I think that's the last time we did an interview.
Yeah.
It was about Africa and the trip to Senegal and Ghana.
Yeah.
Which is where you say, like the shirt, this is
shirt,
where, that's where I get the shirt in
All
Ghana.
right, all right.
And, you know, I met some special tailors, too, who I can now touch base with, and they sew it up. Send with the official,
You get the fresh cut, everything. Okay.
like how we have to do it, you know?
You have to do curry. I love it.
You could buy a business suit, or you could have your special tailor-made guy in Africa. Yeah. But the Germany trip was so amazing. For say, getting into that community of music, it was different. It was a different area, you know? And we gone over there and we expressed the same song I'm going to perform today. It was the video I last released, which we did the video in Gambia for.
Okay.
Remember? I remember definitely speaking to you about shooting the video in Gambia. And that was the video they accepted to put into their silver screenings, they called it. And then they invited us and we said, yeah, man, we have to go. And then my son Zaria and my daughter Zaria and Zaire both came along with me on the journey, along with my road manager. And it was a great experience for us, you know?
can imagine traveling with your family, being able
Yeah.
to have that experience.
Yeah,
so.
it was a blessing.
Being featured on the screen too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then after that, we did a lead tour of Switzerland and different places. But coming back to the US, that's when things kind of flip over because I recently had a child. So I have a 4-month-old baby now.
Wow.
Her name is Imani. So it kind of now have me in Oregon a little more than expected. I'm a father in all rights.
Yeah.
So, but I came home to Belize for the New Year's. And I performed in a Belmopan for New Year's. And that was when I came home back again, like after 2 years, you know, after going around. So ever since then, now I've been building up and, you know, being the father and doing the thing. And now we're here again now for this wonderful time, enjoying Belize.
I love
And basically, it was, you wouldn't believe it, a show in San Pedro that I did with a band from Florida who invited me. I know them from before. The guy, Shane Scott, is the promoter and the CEO of Island Rhythms.
Okay.
And they also assisted in these T-shirts that you see me wearing.
I like
All right?
it, yeah.
So big up Shane Scott. And he was the one who brought Trees of Life all the way from Florida, invited me to highlight an Ernestine Caballo. So that was a show that happened last couple Fridays ago in San Pedro.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
where the tour started. The Catch the Fire tour started in San
the
Pedro
Fire
this
tour.
year.
Catch the Fire tour.
I like the name of that tour.
I know
Yes,
it.
sir.
It
Yeah.
brings you to like
And
a
Yeah, if you miss it, you not catch it.
So so that means we missed the fire, or you have
No, we
upcoming
have
tour?
more coming.
All right,
And,
so give us some dates as to like where you're gonna be.
Yeah,
next.
yeah. I'm gonna perform tonight. I'm sorry, at the Bliss as a part of the Belize Diaspora Summit.
All right.
It's in town. So big up Aria and the people, committees, and everyone making that happen. They invited me to sing a couple of songs.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I'm gonna come in and share some vibes. Not like a whole Rastendio concert with a band, but I'm gonna do a couple of shows.
Okay.
Songs. And then from there, I have next week, we are also, actually, I won't skip over the Selassie birthday, which will be at the BTL Park. You know, we started that event about 15, like in 2003, 2005, we started this event.
Okay.
And big up B-Run and the whole Rasta family, Sons and Eagles, who has continued to make this thing happen at the BTL Park. I believe it's a free event. And I'm gonna go out there and share my vibes, and who knows, if I get on stage and sing a few songs again. It's that kind of vibration, you know?
Very well.
Yes, but officially now, we had to postpone the show we had at Bliss, which was going to be the tribute to Mr. Peters. All right, until further notice.
Okay.
So look forward to that. And as we continue now, Ken Doyle Simpson. I also have to share my energy and help them with this fundraising event they're doing at Bliss next Wednesday. Again, I'll be one of the artists along with a long list of artists who are all giving back to this situation. He's my brother. He played drums with me a few times. You know?
Wow.
So, you know, as a fallen brother, we have to
my condolences.
And it's good that you're able to, you know,
be here.
share your talent, be there. And
First of
everything
all,
and
just to
support,
be
yeah.
here, yeah, because I'm happy to be a part of the musical community and more physically involved, you know?
And I love how you guys come together, and I think that's super important about the musical.
Yes, and we should come together in other situations too, not only in that, you know?
Yo, 100%.
So, yeah, the next one was that Fantan Moja, another brother of mine, recently passed away. I'm flipping off the tour and coming at you with one of the new releases to look out for. It's a song called Slavery Days, okay, featuring myself and Fantan Moja. So rest in peace. He recently passed about a week ago.
Wow.
Okay, and we didn't get a chance to do a video for this song.
Okay.
And the producer is in Portugal, and they've sat on the song for maybe 3-4 years now, waiting for the right time.
Okay, and now is the right time.
I believe the time
Yes,
is now.
yes,
You
the
know,
time is
so
now.
look out for that one coming soon. And the other song that I am promoting today is called Rise Up.
All right. So
All
let's
right.
talk about Rise Up. What's the message that you want our viewers to get when they
Rise up. Everybody must rise up,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, in whatever sense of the word that you take it. It's like a thing, no lay back. You know, a lot of we like sit down and chill. No,
Yeah.
rise up and make it happen, you know? And it's definitely a song awakening the essence of our people and the struggles we've been through, you know? Control your destiny, be who you wanna be, don't let them keep you down. We were and are to be always known as royalty, Just check your roots, it shows. How them a steal with legacy and corrupt the prophecy, hey, while poverty it grows, yeah. My philosophy is not to be a part of their hypocrisy, naturally still righteous and godly. That's just the first verse, you know?
Yeah.
Rise.
Very powerful. And you know, like I feel like it's right in time also as next week.
Yeah, man.
August 1st is the commemoration and celebration of Emancipation
Powerful.
Day.
We have to
also.
rise up. And the female singers on that song are also all the way from Senegal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Look at
they're twins, actually.
Oh, wow.
And so when you hear the song and you hear the harmonies, you'll know it's these empresses.
Wow.
You know, big them up, Adeline and Axel Bambate. Yes, I.
Rasid,
And
I have to say that I enjoy this conversation with you because, you know, like we're hearing like all these bits and pieces of the background that takes place for us to be able to like enjoy your song. You know?
Yes,
and
I.
it's so great to hear that there's so many collaborations taking place for what you
What is
you
the
do,
song
you know?
came to me.
Somebody from Portugal, somebody from
This
here,
is what I'm
somebody
saying.
from
Look,
there.
the files
I'm
are sending out through.
Yeah.
At this point, the outfit must be from Soweto, and it's so like that's how connected it is.
I did hope to possibly shoot the video for the song in Senegal because of the roots of the song being there. And with the big statue, the Renaissance statue that I was able to witness, you know?
Nice.
It would bring a lot of power to the video. Just like the last one I did in Gambia. It's like I realized shooting the videos in certain place also creates a certain
That's true.
Yeah.
More people connect.
more
early,
meaning.
and
Yeah.
The lyrics are already powerful, so you have to just make sure the visual, everything is connected
Yes,
together.
Yes, I have to big up the producer too.
Please do.
One of them is Trinity Sound and Idol, who's DJ Rough Cut from all the way from Senegal. So it was great working with you all, and we look forward to much more works in the future. Belize, Senegal, Canadian, Jamaican connection. It's like
look at that. Yeah.
To bring out what you hear, you know.
All of it
Yes.
So you're definitely doing a great job as an ambassador too.
Yeah,
we
man.
gotta say, yeah, yes.
I naturally do that since I'm a Lee boy.
Yeah.
Cameraman know that he's been cameraing got
Yeah.
me since I come in without beard, right?
I'm not a bear girl, yeah, everything.
That's true. That's true. So it's time for us to do two things. One, to do the giveaway for the shirt, and the next one for your performance of Rise Up
Ready,
today.
ready.
All right, so Rasid, you're going to be giving out a shirt.
Well, you know this one I saw. Jules, where are they?
This up for Jules. All right.
I think this one I want fit. Jules, where I say?
I feel so. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So I got a medium and a large, and I'm whoever gets the shirt. I think this might be because it's an extra large that I have here.
Yeah.
But whoever wins the shirt, I want to make sure they have the right size.
Very good.
I like
Because we
that.
have medium, we have large, and we have extra large.
All right.
We have army green, black, and we have the beige.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to give away
We like
one
options.
shirt. And let's... How do we give this away?
Question would you like to
Yeah.
ask? Because you've talked a lot about, so many aspects from personal to what you're doing with videos, to the songs and everything, and the support you're doing with the musical community. There's a lot. From tailoring, go down.
Yes.
So talk to us about, not talk to us now, share with them what question you think would be good for them to answer for this shirt.
Possibly something I already spoke about. Like,
Yeah.
like where did I perform? Where did I last perform?
Where did you last perform? All right.
Where did you last perform?
I feel like that's a good one because I mentioned a few just now.
Yes, you did.
Yes, and then speaking of performances, once I finish here in Belize, when I leave August 12th, which I have to love to my daughter Zaria, that's her birthday coming up. So I will wait and spend it with her, and then I take off again, and I go and represent us in Virginia.
Oh.
At the Norfolk, Virginia Nubian Festival.
I love that.
All right,
Wow.
it's a beautiful event. I was there last year as a guest, and Turbulence, one of my good friends, pulled me on stage, and I blazed the fire. And
love it.
before I could leave the festival, the promoter, big him up again, Emmanuel Asu, came over to me and got my links. He says, I have to stay in. And we stayed in contact all year. And a few months ago, he reached out and we did the booking.
Look at that.
With no hesitation, with no guessing, just what do you charge? Let's do it.
It's organic calendar.
Wants me
no
to
problem.
be the headliner of
I
the
love
Nubian
it.
Festival this year. So, because the year before he did St. Croix, a female artist by the name of Rima, strong artist if you want to Google her, good reggae music. Then the next year he did Turbulence, and that's Jamaica. So this year he's doing Belize.
Look at that.
India,
Wow.
So yeah.
So
Comfortable.
we're gonna.
Do we get a car?
Yeah. So it's the answer San Pedro.
It's true.
Yeah. So Everall Is it
Who's
Emerald
that?
Wade?
It's Everall Wade.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, man. You win a shirt. What size are you, though? Yeah.
Yeah, so like you put it in the chat. We're gonna go on a quick bumper as we prepare for Raz India's performance of Rise Up. We're also gonna be wrapping up the show on time, Ren. So we're gonna thank our friends from the Institute of Creative Arts that joined us to talk about tomorrow's poetry showcase that is taking place at the Bliss. Tickets are available, so go ahead and purchase your ticket and show up. It's a great event where it's gonna be featuring amazing poets, and it's in line with Emancipation Day that's gonna be celebrated on August 1st. And
I
also
want to interject too and say thanks to Niche also because they have been very successful in our movements for the 2026 tour, and big up the tourism board also.
There we go. Yes, very important mentions. Veritas FC also joined us today, Ren, to talk about their upcoming games as part of the CONCACAF Central American Cup. So the game is on Tuesday, the 28th, and August 6th. They're going to be played at the FFB Stadium in Belmopan. The invitation is for you to join them and show up with the drums.
Also check out, for the Tuesday game, don't show up with the drums. You have to make a request for the Thursday game to do that. Please check out their social media pages. There's a list of prohibited different items that you cannot bring in. So guys, please be mindful of that. Let's respect the rules of what they cannot bring into. So yeah. But if you want the drums, you can make the request for the drums.
That is true. That is true. And so we're going to go on a quick bumper. We're going to say thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We love you. I'm going to see you in a week time.
In a week time, Kev's going to be off in Brazil.
I'm going to be off in Brazil doing our best to represent Belize. Always, like you, doing our best job to put our best foot forward.
Love that.
Represent Belize at the...
And I haven't been to Brazil. I have to go to Brazil.
You have to.
I think I'm going to
come to Rio. You're going to definitely enjoy the vibes.
I already know.
Yes. So quick bumper, and then Rasinha performs Rise Up. And we're going to say goodbye.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. Tell her stop the music real quick. Yes, live on Channel 7, Ras Indio. It's a pleasure to be here, you know? I have to do an a cappella because there's a lot of violence happening right now, and this is a new one I'm about to release. All right? And again, New York Park Fest, August 22nd. I'll be there, okay? So I'll see you in New York for the Belize Park Fest, August 22nd. Just wanted to share that. Yeah. I can't believe what a going in our country, Belize. Pure violence around we. It's like a countrywide disease. May I ask Father, please, protect us with more love and peace. Cause every day it seems we replace love with guns in the streets. And every day it increase. Me really wonder when it a go cease. Some man even take the law in them own land because them can't trust police. Think before you make the trigger squeeze. Remember what you sow is what you reap. And we are only destroying our families and our communities. Where's the love? Run the music. Yes, sir.
All right, children. Let me do it one more time, all right? Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. Children furthermore, children, you know?
Yeah, man. I chose to do this song because yesterday was the birthday of King Selassie. And as a Rasta man, we have to give reverence all the time. So I shall raise my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help is from Jah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sunup, Sunup, Channel 7, yeah. Hey! Jah bless us always through the struggle and the strain. Yeah, man, big up everyone out there. Remember to give praise first, you know? Hey! Oh, I shall raise mine eyes to the mountain. From where will my help go? My help is from Jah, Rastafari, the maker of heaven and earth. No, he will never allow your foot to totter. He will never ever be drowsy. Now look and he shall see. He will never be drowsy nor go to sleep. Hey, he that is guarding Israel is guarding you, Jah. Your shade on your right hand. By day the sun itself shall not strike you, nor the moon by night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jah Rastafari himself will guard you against all of the calamity. He will guard your soul and lead you through your destiny. Guard you going out and coming in from now on to time indefinitely. Praise Jah, praise Jah. The children, them are the future. So make we teach them to praise Jah. Praise Jah. We teach them to praise Jah. Praise Jah, the earth's rightful ruler. Yeah, teach the youths them to praise Jah. Yeah, Rastafari. Hey, so how them a try fail you? How enough of them a go on like them no one heal you? When you come first, everything else will trail you. Every living thing upon this earth, let it praise you. Praise Jah, you people. He alone shall save you. When judgment time, he'll be waiting at those gates too. It no matter if you're deaf, dumb, blind, or disabled. No matter your race or creed. Never discriminate you. Him not degrade you. Never underrate you. Always embrace you. Still them want disgrace you. See them out the road, say enough of them a forsake you. When nothing in this world could never ever replace you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Teach them to praise Jah. Praise Jah. The children, them are the future. So make we teach them to praise Jah, yeah. Praise the Most High, yeah. Teach them to praise Jah. Praise Jah, the earth's rightful ruler, yeah. Stand up, how you feeling? Channel 7, yeah man, Ras India passing through. Give thanks, always.
To call your home, a place where you can grow.
Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning.